So it's the middle of the night, we're walking the dog in the cold air. Do you have any thoughts about Star Trek Discovery?
I don't know. My husband won't let me watch it. He says it's terrible.
It is terrible.
I mean, depends on what angle you come from it.
Okay.
At it from.
Like most big YouTubers, like all complain that's like creatively bankrupt and
yeah. You just have to pretend that you have like lots of emotional content that you don't really know how to get through, and you feel like you have a void of family and team in your life, and then you get all of that through the show.
Well, the show is about the power of family, they say.
Right. It's not Star Trek. They probably shouldn't call it that, and I think that's where a lot of the problem that people have is coming from.
Yeah, for some weird reason, people who like Star Trek and watching a show that's labeled Star Trek expect it to be like Star Trek.
Yeah, I feel like if you come at it from a different angle, though.
But should people have to do that is kind of, I think, the sticking point a lot of people have, that I kind of agree with the people who complain about it the most over.
You don't have to.
It's like, why, besides, yes, they wanted the brand recognition, like, why did they want to make a show they didn't want to make?
I mean, the people making it probably thought it was a good idea.
Well, I'm sure they enjoyed the money, so from that end, of course it's a good idea. Alex Kurtzman loves money. He's got like yacht payments and a new Porsche.
Sure, at some point the people originally working on it were like, oh, we're gonna do like a good Star Trek thing. And then they started worrying about what people want that aren't Star Trek people, just any people. What do people really want from their programming? Feel stuff and be excited.
I mean, at their core, like Star Trek, they're really just supposed to be little moral plays.
Yeah, man, but we did that already.
Yeah, which is why they should not have. I mean, I'm in the camp of they should have just stopped making them after Voyager. I don't even think they should have made Enterprise, let alone any of these new things post.
They do want money.
J.J. Abrams.
And then also it keeps some of the mythology alive for a new generation. They could stop worrying so much about who they're pleasing and displeasing and actually just try to make art.
Well, if you had one bit of advice for all the poor YouTubers out there who just can't seem to stop themselves from watching this show, but can't find anything redeemable about it,
okay,
what would you tell them?
Have more realistic expectations about what you're actually sitting down to watch.
Well, that's just plainly unrealistic. You don't understand internet people.
Well,
realistic expectations.
I mean, it's kind of where we're at. If I want that show to be something, it is going to disappoint me. If I just let it be whatever the fuck it is and know that that's what it is, you're going to keep getting that every week. It's not going to change all of a sudden. We keep hoping they fired everybody again. Maybe it'll change now. Maybe it'll get better. No, dude, it's the same thing.
Which I guess kind of leads me to where I'm at, whereas like I just don't really feel like watching it anymore. It's not going to get better. It's not going to do what I want.
The characters are not emotionally compelling for you, and you don't care about their.
They're not developed enough at all. There's only like a couple of them are that way, and it's all written poorly.
Yeah. So.
All right. So, in conclusion, stop watching Star Trek on CBS All Access.
That's yeah. If having more realistic expectations leads you to the conclusion that you do not want to watch that show because it is not pleasing to you, then you should turn it off.